So, if you ever sitting at home in suburbia and think there's always a crazy neighbour, you don't know who it is, well, it's probably you. In this case, I think it's me. So I live in suburbia here, and I've got this great big garden out the front on a shared driveway. I've just tilled up 60 square metres of my front lawn for this summer's passion project. And this summer's passion project is to grow at least one giant pumpkin successfully. And I've got these seeds which I've come across from America. I've been gratefully gifted these seeds from Macmillan Giant Seed Growers. This is a 1951 pound pumpkin that was grown last year by his daughter. It won the state fair. It was picked early, possibly easily could have gone over 2,000 pounds if it had been left on the vine. This is a bunch of seeds from the same source, and I believe this is the genetic line prior to the 1952. Haven't quite clarified it, but I think it's the mother plant. You can see the seeds are massive compared to the size of my thumb. And then we've got these ones here, which are a smaller seed. They have grown multiple pumpkins over 1,000 pound. They're just pretty beautiful orange pumpkins. So what I intend to do this season is germinate all of these seeds. Some of them I will plant, some of them I will gift away, but I want to get at least 2 plants to maturity so I can keep the genetics of the seed pure and have seeds for next season. The pumpkin growers are a little bit crazy, but this is my patch. She's about 16 meters long. I guess that's probably about 50 or 60 feet. And she's probably about 4 meters wide. So it's about 15 feet wide roughly, probably more like 13 feet wide. So it's all tilled up and it's light and fluffy. I need to put amendments in the soil, which is some basic organic ingredients to put some fertilizer in the soil. And then we need to grow some plants. So this is going to be interesting. Anyway, what I'm going to be doing now is I've got to go through and I've got to sift the soil because it's got rocks in it, but it is nice and light and sandy. I really like that it's free draining. I'm going to add a little bit of lime to it. We're going to add some blood and bone fertilizer, which is essentially nitrogen, and then we're going to add some other stuff a little bit later on, but we need to get all of these weed nodules out, so we have to sift the soil. I'll bring in some compost and then we'll spread it around. Now what we're going to do as a bit of a plan, such a massive garden, is we're going to be planting a pumpkin up there and a pumpkin up there, and they'll grow this way. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do at this end is I'm probably going to put flowers along here just to pretty it up a little bit, and then I'll put a couple of rows of potatoes in, because by the time the potatoes are ready, the vines will be coming back through and it'll clear the bed. So trying to make as much use of this space as possible. I've already started to border it with these great big chunks of wood, and hopefully put some barriers to this grass growing through it. I'll just have to keep on top of that manually. I've got to finish this end and tidy this end up. We're not quite done with this yet, but it will come through soon. And this is going to be, I'm going to dig out this corner here really deep. I've got some homemade compost to put in there, and then we'll dig out this corner here. I've got some homemade compost to put in there, and when I get around to it, I've got a pretty tricky watering device that I have come up with in my head, so I'll share that as a separate video once I get to it. But that is my crazy plan for the summer. Pumpkins, giant pumpkins. Now it's the middle of August here. Spring kicks in next month in about 2 weeks. Spring weather's pretty wild, so we won't be growing pumpkins till probably early or mid-October. Try and get the maximum amount of warm weather on them so they don't suffer high winds and things like that. So if you're interested in giant pumpkins, follow along. I'll try and do updates once every 2 weeks, or at least if there's a relevant video to do. And then when it's growing, and hopefully we can grow successfully, I'll do a weekly update so you can sort of see the fun and the challenges of growing giant pumpkins. Thanks for staying along. Have a great day.